Well, let me. Well, okay. I'll be a little opportunistic. I'll be fair. I'll be a little opportunistic even in this video. So I want to be fair because I'm calling out Aaron and Brett being opportunistic grifters. But of course, the inevitable question, the Marilyn question, is like, why don't you talk about Ecoplex being a grifter opportunist? No, we can talk about Ecoplex being a grifter and opportunist. We'll talk about it. We'll confront that issue head on, Marilyn. I just find it hilarious that Marilyn, and again, I'm sure because she does this all the time. Whenever I catch her being a grifter, she invariably pulls down the videos. Apparently, I am such an evil man that Dianetics pulled her entire library. Yeah, she took away all her videos. She only has a few shorts now and like one official video. And whenever the people in the post are like, what happened to the videos? I've got this stalker. It's like, who's me? What's my stalking? My stalking is fact checking her videos because I caught her red handed lying. Oh, what did she lie about? She lied about the tragic murder. Oh, I'm going to be very clear. I think it's murder. We have to say at this point, alleged murder. There's no doubt this kid is dead. And the family is actively trying to get justice. And she just thought it would be fun to lie about it. Why? I don't know. She's a deranged, evil human being. So Marilyn apparently is not going to full-blown promote her children's music. Now, she's done this a couple of times, just putting their music on her lousy channel. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Capitalism, you got to make money, free market. But I'll be damned if this woman condemns me, condemns a whole lot of other people, the Sptv Foundation, you name it, True Clear Media, you go through the list, condemning us for making fun of Aaron and her and Nora and Sptv being a giant grift. She gets mad at us. You go through the list. Miss J, you go through the list. And one of her targets is Ecoplex. And let's be very clear that Ecoplex is definitely a shady character. No doubt about that. And see, this is the thing with Marilyn. This is the thing with Marilyn. She doesn't like telling the truth. Yeah, I sensed that really early on. So I stayed away from Ecoplex because I knew something was up with this guy. So I stayed away. So there are no receipts there. It's like, what happened is you and Ecoplex were in the same gay chat room doing things. No, not like that ever happened. The guy's a total stranger to me. However, I like Marilyn. I try to be at least basically honest. Where with her audience, she's always radically dishonest. So now apparently, Ecoplex is coming back to YouTube, guys. The children are in danger. Oh, really? Talk about children in danger. Is that the new grift? Oh, okay. Well, let's tell the whole truth, Marilyn. When Aaron, Aaron who has, 240,000 subscribers, when Aaron was actively promoting, this is not an accident, guys. This is like a full-blown quid pro quo grift. He had on Brett, Tommy, to talk about his prison stories, to give himself credibility, saying, guys, Danny Masterson, he's going to jail. He's going to prison. Oh, something's going to happen with him and Bubba. And of course, like many things, Aaron doesn't know anything. He has no direct knowledge. He has no real sources. He's not a real journalist. I am. And unlike him, though, I'm not a scumbag, so I'm not just going to tap sources for cheap stories. However, Aaron is that new kind of grifter, the new online media grifter, so anything can pass by with rumors. So he had Brett on and said, hey, Brett, talk about your prison stories. Now, Scoville has no direct connection to Dan Masterson. He has no direct connection to Hubbard, no direct connection to Miscavige. He has no real connection to Scientology whatsoever, but decided, oh, yeah, I've been in prison, Aaron. What for? Oh, bank robberies. Which is true. He did go away for bank robberies. Also, for victimizing a 15-year-old girl. Yeah. By forcibly taking a 15-year-old girl in a stairwell. And now, that's totally public knowledge. Oh, by the way, it's been public knowledge for years. Because, and again, want to be very careful, want to be very clear. The Scientology people got a hold of this, because they are. They're a bunch of evil, hateful, fascist propagandists, but they were telling the truth. And I read about this, and I was like, is this true? Because this cannot be true. Because if this is true, then Aaron is cooked. Because I cannot believe he fully knowingly did this, but he did. It came out. The Scientologist told the truth. about his criminal record, Aaron still had on Scoville on his channel. And believe you me, guys, Aaron does know these things because he actively goes to these websites. He's not much of an opportunist. I've caught them red-handed. Him and Dianetics was like, wait, what are they? That's all they're doing, guys. They're literally taking the Scientology propaganda and just feeding it back to you for content. It's like, okay. So there's not a doubt in my mind, Aaron knows about Brett's record. And on the record so far, he said, oh, that's a rumor. Yeah, that's a rumor. I don't know. I mean, people say these things. I don't know. Marilyn has done a series of videos where she's saying, there's no doubt it's true. But then Smooth Brain being Smooth Brain, Aaron, if that is logically true, then logically you were helping Brett. You were actively working with Aaron's channel as a mod behind the scenes. You do active propaganda for his work, which means you were actively doing propaganda for Scoville. So you're not part of the solution. You're part of the problem. Let's get to Ecoplex because, again, good or bad, they are telling the truth a little.
Potato head right there, gaslighting this poor thirsty lady.
What's that? What's the gaslighting version of just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you?
Well, yeah, you're stuck. Now, let me not say that Ecoplex is a much better person, because in one of their videos, this is insane, guys. This is how the dark internets gets even more stupid. So, Ecoplex is mocking the quartering. Let me do the quick thing with him. You'll see the parallel between him and Aaron and Scoville real quick. And I want to be fair. There is no evidence that Jeremy, that's the quartering, is technically guilty or even he's a criminal, but it is insane. So Marilyn's big issue with Ecoplex is, wait for it, he was caught with Shazam, which sounds fancy, but basically it's an underage teenager, doing highly inappropriate thing. He was caught with the image, he went to jail for a couple months, and then got parole. And Marilyn has been hounding, which I don't care. But I just find the double, triple standards of all these people ridiculous. I'm including Ecoplex. The insane grifting is ridiculous. You know what's suspicious about the quartering? At this. Yes, I am not joking with you, and this is not a joking. This is real. I've seen this tape many times. Jeremy has a video out there floating, and he's smiling like an ugly pig. He's like, guys, if you have some CP in your laptop, I'm going to give you tips how to hide it. And me being the complete naive moron, and let me be very clear, I am not saying I'm a super perfect angel guy. So I'm aware of, the genre of the X-rated. I've consumed a lot of the X-rated. I'm not going to be pretending I'm super pure with women and the X-rated material. But I am that naive. I was like, because Jeremy is like, he has a computer background. Oh, by the way, he's also pro-Nazi. I'm not joking. I know, it's insane how all these people end up in the same place. But anyway, I was like, CP? I was like, what is he? So it was talking about the feds and the FBI. I was like, what are you talking about? And people, I had to go to Twitter. I was so confused. They were saying he's talking about that. And I'm like, what? Yes, he acts. And again, people defend him saying he was just joking. He's just joking around. And listen, I'm all for extreme humor, body humor, Norm Macdonald, Louis C.K., Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan. I'm okay with extreme comedy. But I'm like, he's joking about that. Yes, so that's the defense. He was just joking. And to be fair, there's no evidence that he actually did anything. However, he's tried to bury that tape. And you're like, holy cow. So someone convicted of that, of being held in possession of basically CP, is mocking someone who allegedly jokingly said, here's how you hide your CP. So it is like the Russian doll of grifting going on here, where Marilyn, the pro-racist, pro-Nazi Marilyn, is trying to shame and mock Ecoplex for exposing Aaron, who's a predator who was helping another predator who was a predator of children. And Marilyn is actually on Aaron's side, trying to protect him, but now trying to magically revise the record where Aaron is good, but Brett, Tommy Scoville, is totally evil. And somehow, miraculously, she didn't know until just months ago that apparently Scoville was a predator. She didn't know, guys. She didn't know. She woke up. Well, it seems to me this is actually not that confusing. What happened is some people in Aaron's cult and his wide criminal conspiracy decided to leave or distance themselves, like Reese and, yes, Scoville. They were like, yeah, this SBTV thing is becoming filled with too many grifters, criminals, and ironically predators, and decided to, for their brand, to distance themselves. But see, that was a mistake because now Aaron's like, you no longer have immunity. I now authorize Marilyn to destroy you. And he's been playing the cynical game of pretending not to know what the hell Marilyn is doing. And even that is not believable because Aaron and his friends, Liz Gale and Jenna Miscavige, his current girlfriend, is his mistress because he's officially married. Yeah, insane clown show. And Liz Gale got caught several times, it wasn't just once, doing drunken rants, threatening a small child. Let that sink in. She fully knowingly threatened a small child. That she and her fans would terrorize a small child. And Marilyn's reaction was to laugh and smile and said, "You're such a sweetheart." And even Marilyn did exactly what Ecoplex did. She literally took away her channel, got rid of all the videos, like she had no channel for a while, and then came back with a new, really reconstructed catalog. We'll just say that. Stalinist style. She got rid of a few controversial videos and pretended they never happened, even though she still quotes and cites them. Magics. And Ecoplex did the same thing. When he got caught with his own controversy, he just magically all the videos went away. But now his videos are back. But the comments are off. You can't say anything in the comment section. Why not? Because of course people would say, hey, aren't you that guy? Aren't you that guy? But now Marilyn Batwoman is going to be judging Brett and Ecoplex. Right. Even though she literally did the same thing. Saying, I can't believe he's doing this. He took away all the videos and now he's back pretending like nothing happened. Right. Just like you, literally just now, in real time, you took away the video where Liz Gale made her threats and did some re-editing, and now 30 so seconds are missing. Just are missing. They just went away. So Ecoplex literally pulled a Marilyn, and Marilyn's getting upset that Ecoplex pulled a Marilyn and pretending to be, how could you do that? How? Expose it for your evil lying and grifting and your criminalities. You took away your YouTube and you came back and pretend everything is good now. How could you do that? And Ecoplex could just say, I did what you did. Well, that's different. I'm promoting my children, so now I'm going to pimp them out. Right. So I guess Ecoplex is guilty of not being as big a grifter as Marilyn. But Ecoplex was a predator in the past. But Marilyn is helping predators in the present. But she's the better person. Right. But I would have to give Ecoplex this. At least he's not pro-Nazi. You got to say that much. You got to say something. He's not pro-Nazi. Marilyn is. For, reasons.